Oh, fuck. Okay. God damn it. Go fucking back. Alright. God, holy shit. Okay, so here's my fucking thing. This is fucking called Universal gAT, aka Raw Airthrow, is fucking bad game design. And, like, I don't give a shit what the fuck you think. Like, this shit's fucking bad, okay? And I'm gonna explain why. Why am I making this fucking video? A, I'm unemployed, and I have nothing to do. B, well, the reason why is because I was fucking, every time I'm fucking drunk, I get into an argument about something stupid at, like, fucking 3 a.m., and I wasn't able to explain well why I think gAT is fucking bad. Because I'm sorry, at fucking 4 a.m. while drunk, I'm not gonna give you good examples. Like I don't have them fucking set up. I'm not here to fucking argue. Uh, See, I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about when I call it bad game design. People think I'm a fucking word sayer or something. Fucking, I, what? I fucking play enough games where I fucking know. Fucking, if you're gonna be like a fucking teenager and you only fucking play Melty Blood, you don't fucking know anything. Like, you can't make like any argument from a game design standpoint when you haven't the only game you played is fucking this garbage ass donkey dick game. It's so fucking bad. Like, this game has so many questionable things in it. I mean, I like playing it. It's a fun game, but it's not well made. It's never been well made. We're lucky that it fucking works. Because, like, I recently just fucking played, like, fucking PS2A, and that game's, like, fucking incredibly questionable. It doesn't have air throw or gAT, but it has other issues. The game feels a lot different, too. And then it might have just been, like, input latency, though, but it did feel different. I do think gAT makes sense in the context of Melty Blood in CC. My argument isn't that it shouldn't exist or that it's like a that's a mechanic that's like stupid and doesn't fit the game. Rather, it's the opposite. It fits the game in that it's inconsistent, makes no sense, and seems to be developed at random for characters only for the sake of making them different from each other or unique, right? So that's the crux of my argument, right? So I have two arguments. Good air throw is kid centric. It is not universal. Uh, and that's my second point. Then is that universal gAT is inherently a bad like mechanic, right? I don't think universal the raw air throw should exist on like on characters that like aren't built to like work with air throw in the first place. Like if all you get out of like an air throw is a call out on like in neutral, I mean, that's a punish, but like other characters are gonna get like I'll talk about this later. Other characters are gonna get like fucked up situations where they're able to dominate you, right? So what I'm gonna get into is that there's certain ways of thinking about how air throw is implemented, right? You have three types of characters. You have spacing characters that are zoning space control, who use that to force jump, punish it, right? Then you have a Yomi character that essentially is interested, or the dumb term I'll get on later, but who's essentially interested in what's the thing? It's making them jump. So you air grab them, and then you condition them into not wanting to jump, so you can do other things. And then you have pure aerial characters, which are a bit closer to like how you would think of gAT and Melty Blood, where they're playing in the air and they're using air throw, but it's not like it's something that they use because their kit is based around being in the air. I guess maybe it's kind of weird. I think if it's a bit similar to Melty Blood in concept, right? The idea is all the characters are playing in the air, right? My issue with the gAT is the concept is that I think each character should have if the air throw is implemented, it should benefit their kit. It should work around the kit, right? Aerial characters tend to use an air grab as hard knockdown. It covers basically another option in the air, It's useful in situations where you're playing against another aerial character and you're gonna air to air a lot. It's complicated. I'll get into like the specifics later. Anyway, okay, my iconic character. Everyone knows what the fuck this character does. If you don't know what she does, then fucking play another game. She throws this, and she does this, and both of these are spacing tools. These are zoning tools, right? So you throw this. Projectiles are pretty strong in this game. Lanes kind of beat them, but it doesn't matter. That's a meta thing. When she plays the game, she throws projectiles. She uses this, and in combination with this D move, technically, to force the enemy to jump, right? Because when they jump, she can air grab them. Jubei does the same thing. Jubei plays the same way. Jubei will throw projectiles. He has a ground charge grab, and both of these things force the opponent to jump, and then you punish. Notice there's no follow up to the throw, right? It's purely a punish. That's all it is. So it's a tool that accentuates the zoning capabilities, forces the opponent to make a decision that works in your favor. Clark. Simple. It's fucking loud. Clark is fucking simple. Clark is purely fucking Yomi. Alright? It's a dumb term. I know. Fuck it. It's the same in... This is Xi, but it's basically the fucking same in most games. Clark grabs people, right, on the ground. He forces something into like a command grab mix-up, right? Jumping is the answer to beating it, right? Because you can't roll because he can grab you on roll recovery. So Clark has two options. What Clark wants to do, he has a napalm stretch. And he has an air throw. And both of these things force the opponent to respect you. They don't want to jump. And when they don't want to jump because there's a fear they're going to get grabbed because you've conditioned them, then you can go for ground command grab mixes or combos, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, this character is dependent solely on making the person not want to jump. Sokaku is similar. Sokaku is actually sort of a mix between the Mai and this situation. Sokaku has amazing... Actually, I'll pull that up. Fucking, I'll make a video for that. Okay, so here we got Sokaku. So Sokaku has multiple anti-airs. He has this, which is one of the best anti-airs fucking ever. It's incredibly good. It's fucking down back. They made it down forward in like RB2, but it doesn't matter. It's still good. He has this forces jumping. This hits mid and well, it doesn't hit mid and low, but it hits basically at the beginning and at the end when it's on the ground. So that forces jump too. He has this, which isn't really good anti-air tool. I use it a lot, but it's like a bad play. Those are the good moves. He has some other moves that you can use. You could use this on there movement, but it's not really that good. That's more of a combo filler. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that what's a grab? Is it B? There we go. See, Sokaku is a mix of this Yomi zoner type because he's in a zone. He's space control. He's pure space control. But the way that he functions as a space control character is he makes you want to not jump because he has better moves on the ground. All of his moves, all of his chains and his basic combos are essentially all grounded, right? So he doesn't want you jumping. And he's beaten by lanes, but we're not talking about lanes or a meta thing. It doesn't matter, and you can beat them. But the point I'm trying to make is that this character wants to force you to not to want to be on the ground, just like how Clark works, and it's mixed in with Mai. Okay, final one. So Hotaru works like this. she has grounded. You jump this, you JD it. It's not an effective tool. She has this, which is a combo tool. I mean, I guess you can just use it. I do it, but it's not good. And most of her game plan is on the ground is to get a 5B into this, right? Other than that, she plays in the air. So do Dong and Janae also are like this, right? They have like a limited grounded kit, but a lot of their good tools are focused around being obnoxious in the air, right? And Hotaru has air throw. The reason why she has air throw is to make up for she's an aerial character. She has some grounded tools. They're not amazing. You can't cancel 2B, unlike most like other characters in the cast, like Marco or something, right? So you're missing out on many. Your big combos are like D, and you can do A and C. C feint, right? Feint. C feint. Well, I can't even feint right now. There's the feint. You can feint out A too. Doesn't matter. My point is, she has limited combo variability, right? But she has a lot of tools that work well. She's a really good target combo in the air. Her JD has a really fucked up hitbox that's great for crossing up. She has the dive kick, which is a bad move, but still useful. She has and you can combo into her. She's got her top attack is like an anti-air and everything. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is half of her kit is balanced around, I would say a lot of her kit is balanced around the fact that she's playing in the air. She's either rushing you down on the ground or approaching from the air. So she has an air throw. Dong's similar. Janae's similar, right? These are characters that are... Other characters in this game are not going to be in the air as much. I mean, they'll be hopping, but there's no reason for them to be jumping at all. And what these characters lack on the ground, they gain from this punish, because you can punish like a hop with a throw technically, right? As long as you time it right. And you have JD too. So I mean, it accentuates certain aspects of the character's kit. Okay, so now we got through that. You can ask me now, so why is it bad universally then, right? If we're playing a game that's played in the air, wouldn't we all want to have those Hotaru, Jenny, and Dong, and Hoku tomorrow, air grabs, right? Because we're playing in the air, where it's an aerial game. The issue with it as a concept is that each of these air grabs is different, right? Each of these air grabs is unique to a character. It's unique to sort of how they play, right? So Dong's air grab and Jenny's air grab and Hotaru's air grab are all different, right? They leave you in different situations after the throw, right? And it accentuates certain aspect of the character, right? Jenny's gonna immediately can just dive kick right off there, right? She'll grab you, throw, and then she can just do a low dive kick, and you can't do anything about it, right? She's close enough where it's you can't react, you have to just block it or take it, right? Hotaru's throws at a range where she has time after the air throw to run up and start playing a hit and run, right? It sort of it works with the ground game. There's a sort of harmony to the idea of the character and how the air throw works. The reason why it's bad as a universal concept is that if it's used generically, right, then it doesn't really benefit the character. And sometimes if you think you have to give it to the character, it might not necessarily I don't know, you can't just build a character and be I'm going to give every character how many air throw types can there really be, and at what point do these air throws start to reveal issues within the cast itself? Why are certain characters just just simply have air throws that are just infinitely better for their kit than other ones, right? And so it just makes the game a bit more unbalanced, right? It's better when a character who's playing in the air they might not have as many options when they're not in the air, where air throw sort of balances everything out, right? Having an air throw buffs a character, right? Not having an air throw, if you're playing a grounded character, like, you're not gonna have an air throw, right? It's not because, like, I mean, you could give them one. It's like, but the notion that that a universal air throw is good for everybody isn't necessarily true, because, like, there's too many. God, I'm fucking rambling. There's too many fucking balance issues that pop up through. I'm gonna talk about this. Everyone's gonna be like, well, what about plus R? The game fucking sucks. Don't at me about Exerd. I don't fucking like either game. There's a risk reward for air throw. It's incredibly hard to do. The timing's tight. The reward is strong. But here's the thing. You're not fucking doing, like, everyone can air throw, but it's not easy to do. All of the air throws that we previously looked at are incredibly simple. They're all proxy throws. They're like either deck down or they're like forward, just like any other throw in those games. And they're easy to do. You need to be close to them, though, and it needs to be, like, it's highly intentional, right? You're not just fishing for an air throw. It's the same way in GG, right? You're not fishing for an air throw. The air throw is like an opportunity that presents itself, and the reward's high for it because, like, the risk of fucking up the air throw is incredibly high because of the input latency. The issue with Melty Blood, I got to go back before this, is that gAT Melty Blood is the risk reward for fucking gAT is incredibly skewed in this game, right? It feels like certain characters get, like, I'll talk about this in the video. It feels like more characters get, like, a higher reward off it than others do, and it goes back to this issue is, like, does it synergize with their kit? Like, does it, just because you have to give them an air throw, does it really work? Like, realistically, like, all of these characters, like, you don't have to give everybody gAT. Yeah, having air throw ender is fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Not every character is gonna have an air throw. Like, a lot of simple characters will have air throw ender, right? But, like, not every routing is gonna be where air throw ender is optimal. And characters where air throw ender is, like, highly optimal might have just better gATs, right? It depends on the situation. I get into that. I mean, I'll probably, like, say something inconsistent that I'll clear up later. But anyway, got the shit. Okay, so I'm using... Okay, look, there's fucking too many characters in this fucking game, right? So I'm only going to use two examples. These are examples I know very well, because it's basically the matchup that I play, like, fucking every time I go to locals, right? So my issue with this game and why it's fucking poorly thought out in terms of how gAT functions is that there's a similar, like, risk reward aspect to a gAT, like, in theory, right? So if someone's gonna, it's like Guilty Gear, right? I mean, well, the timing is more lenient, but I mean, like, essentially, certain characters will be given opportunities from a gAT, and other characters won't, despite the usefulness of, like, it's like a call out in fucking the air. If she throws, she can set a pit, right? But the thing is, the distinction I make with this is, so, like, raw, the raw versus gAT, like, raw versus Ender, she pops back. Ender basically sets her up for the corner stuff, right? It's a pretty hard knockdown. It sets you up there. If you use, like, this other form, you're not getting corner carry, right? So this, you're doing, like, the scuff dash JAA fucking air throw ender combo because of the corner carry, and then you can run your game, right? Because this character's fucking garbage unless she's in the corner, right? She can't play mid screen. She needs to get there. Her gAT's fucking bad. It's, like, horrible for her because she can't fucking get corner carry. Then you have fucking Narrow. Let me just do HM. It doesn't fucking matter. Narrow can do this. It's so fucking scuffed. Okay, so Narrow, in both situations where Narrow can throw, right? He gets corner carry. off of into hard knockdown there, right? He also gets corner carry off this, right? You can fucking combo this, right? You can technically combo off that bounce. That's fucking corner carry. Because you could set up like something, you could set up like a deer on the screen or something, do raw GAT into like a fucking deer or something, and you get it's fucked up. You can do that like on the screen, that goes like half the screen, and he's instantly set up just to fucking set deer or something. There's like, it's the concept is interesting, right? In theory, but the game, because the mentality of this game is that everybody has the same tools, but they're different, like they're unique, means that everyone has the same tools, but the value isn't really there, right? Nanya has like a great GAT too. What does he get off this GAT? He gets like, did he get hard knockdown? No, he gets bounce. He gets bounce into like, he could set up he could set something up off that, right? Cyan's the same way. Cyan gets fucking bounce. Cyan gets like, it's like techable off of Cyan is like techable off of combo ender, right? But it's techable off combo ender, and then I think the GAT is hard knockdown. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can tech that. I mean, so it's you can set up traps with that situation, but her GAT is like fucking bounce. Like you get bounce, and you could follow it up. You could probably find a route for that. I don't know the route. I don't really use it as like a GAT, right? I don't like GAT. It's a fucking stupid mechanic. It's fucking poorly designed. Not really like well implemented across the cast. I mean, another example is like you could use mech too, right? Mech has like mech's even worse because like what is it always like? It's always like other side, right? So mech suffers from this problem of she can't even get corner off GAT because it's going to be an opposite side situation, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's always going to be opposite side, so you lose corner. It's the same. It's the same for both, and she doesn't. Well, it's hard knockdown there at least, right? So it's fine. But the thing is, like, here's the issue: you get hard knockdown there, you don't get any bounce, and so certain characters are just privileged now because they get a bounce, they get something that could technically be a combo starter, right? Or like they can get a confirm off that, right? Other characters are getting fucked. They got weird fucking grabs. They have grabs that don't function properly. They don't get corner carry. It's not really well thought out. It doesn't make any sense. So and just to clarify on the mech situation, because that's something that I as I was like thinking about that, it came up to me that like if the example of like having hard knockdown after that instead of like a bounce versus other characters, what makes it really fucked up is that C-Mech as a character, having the side swap on her grab is bad because if you have drift, and this is a good thing, you can technically get. I'm not totally being like not as honest, being dishonest, but I mean you could like SJ9 GAT with Akia and get corner, right? But like you're not doing that like against a good player, right? You're doing that like as in like a meme game against some guy who's like dog shit and doesn't like know how to play the game, and they're like they're not able to stuff your fucking like GAT, right? But like with Mech, because her throw isn't, because she's a bad character, she's like either purposefully like crippled, or she's like, or just it just happened to be that she's just fucking dog shit. Is that when she loses corner, she puts herself into corner, right? So you're not doing like you're not really getting corner. You're not doing corner carry with it, right? You get hard knockdown off that, but and there's only time to set up like one. There's like you can do missile setup. I think I see Flea do missile setup after air throw ender. I couldn't remember. He does it a couple times with certain enders. He'll do the missile setup, and that it seems to seems to be like the only thing on hard knockdown. But like, imagine if you had fucking Nero or Nania or like Scion bounce scat, and you could just like loop it, and you play to her strengths, right? Let's loop into a well-timed 2C and do another like into like a throw loop. That would make sense for the character, right? And then it's purely based on like, do they have the skill to really like work the loop or not, right? Could it get a bit fucked up? Yeah, probably. You could probably loop that for a while, but let's be honest. Narrow will put you in the fucking corner with a GAT, like you lose the game. Like the game's over. So I mean, if it's a question of balance, it doesn't seem. It just seems to like a good character who already has like really strong corner carry shouldn't be given a GAT that just sort of benefits that, right? They shouldn't be given something that just works in their favor. Which is why I said GAT's a bad idea. I mean, I'd rather there be no GAT, because even if it's an aerial game, everyone should have an air throw. It should function like a normal air throw. Then it shouldn't. It should be like hard knockdown or something. It shouldn't set up a situation that probably like advantages like certain characters over others because they have bounces and others don't, right? Everyone who talks about how much they love GAT, they all play like Nanya, and they like do like fucking, they just like fucking YOLO SJ9 GAT all the time. Like it's not really like, just give it to Nanya then. Don't like everyone GAT. There's like, and just make that his normal throw. There's zero reason to like make any distinction between them. Anyway, this is like a fucking ramble. The game is poorly made. It doesn't fucking matter. So whatever.